So in this video, I talked to Mike North about Section 3 of Mission Action Planning. That's children, families and young people. So Mike, if a church thinks that they're at stage 1 and they want to move to stage 2, what do they need to be thinking about?
Well, it's all about getting started, really, moving from that stage 1 where there's not really anything happening at all to having something that's happening. And I like to encourage churches to think, how can they be good news and meet needs in their community? So the children, the young people and the family that are in their parish, in their mission area, what would be good news for them that the church could provide? So it might be, first of all, thinking of your Sunday morning worship. How friendly are we to the children, young people and families who might like to come? Do we have activities for children? Is there maybe a children's corner? Do we have all-age worship occasionally? Do we think about the music and the style of the service to be attractive to those that we're trying to meet their needs? So that's a good place to start. Some churches think, well, actually, we could possibly open the doors to our hall and run a toddlers group once a week. And that's, again, being good news to the community. Young parents and little ones like the opportunities to come together and play. So it really is trying to think, what could we do with the resources that we have, with the people that we have, to be good news?
Wonderful. So Mike, how about if you're at stage 2 and you want to move to stage 3? What's next?
Well, this is really about growing relationships. So not just putting things on for children, young people and families to engage with, but thinking as church, part of our job is to build relationships, to walk with other people, to love, to serve people. So it's making that sort of intentional change to get to know the children and the young people that you might be able to connect with. I think, again, for this stage, it's about having a clear pathway for children to grow up inside the church as well. So when they get to the age of 10 or 11 and they may have outgrown the children's groups, where can they go to next? Is there some kind of youth provision? Is there a group or some kind of drop-in, some social connections for the young people to continue that pathway through to build relationships ongoing? And I also like to think about, when you have visitors to your home and you say, oh, make yourself at home, what you're expecting them to do isn't just to sit down and behave and not change anything. When you say that very thing, make yourself at home, you're expecting people might move things, might make some changes. And I like to think that, could we offer that to the young people, the children and the families that we connect with through our church activities? Can we actually say to them, make yourself at home, and we will allow you to move things around because we want to build that relationship with you?
So if you're going to say make yourself at home, you've got to really mean it.
Absolutely, yeah.
So how about if a church is at stage 3 and they're thinking, right, we're moving to stage 4, what do we need to think about now?
Well, stage 3 to stage 4 is really about being integrated, allowing the children and the young people and families to be a part of your church, not just a welcomed visitor, but a part, being integrated into the whole life. So we'd like to challenge and encourage churches to think about how can they provide opportunities for children, young people and their families to contribute to decisions in the church, to be part of the leadership and to be involved in volunteering as well as just receiving. That's the big change from there. Another really important thing to do in this stage is to integrate the leaders themselves and to have them come into the front of church occasionally, to pray for them and value them, and it really builds that sense of this is an important ministry in our church, and it might encourage others to volunteer as well, which is good. And I think the last point on this transition, integrating, is to think about how we integrate the online world with the offline world as well. And obviously young people and children and families spend a lot of their time interacting online. So how could the church be part of those conversations, part of that area of life, not just in a website, but are there groups, are there social media channels that young people can connect with in a safe way to feel like they're part of the church?
That makes a lot of sense. Okay then, so to summarise, it sounds like the first thing to do is get started, find out what the needs are and try something. And then it's all about building relationships. And then finally, we need to integrate children, families and young people into the life of our church. Thank you.